Guest tonight is the Deputy Coordinator for the Free Senior High School Secretariat. She is Nana Afrasika Mensah, and she joins us on Point Blank tonight on Eyewitness News. Good evening to you, madam, and thank you for joining us on Point Blank on Eyewitness News.
Good evening, and good evening to your cherished listeners.
I don't know if you want to draw closer to the mic so that listeners can hear you loud and clear.
All right, sure.
It's a pleasure having you on Eyewitness News tonight because it's been 7 years since the implementation of the Free Senior High School policy, and your secretariat has been at the fore of the implementation of this policy. Maybe 7 years down the line, what is your own candid assessment of the Free Senior High School policy?
All right, thank you so much. And I think Free Senior High School has really helped us as a country. And then maybe had it not been the Free Senior High School, people like me or people like my siblings out there wouldn't get access to quality education. So even though we have challenges, but we should rather make the positives outweigh the challenges we are facing as a secretariat.
Yeah. There are positives, there are negatives, yes, but you want the positive to outweigh the negative.
Exactly.
Quick exercise. Share with us some of the positive elements of the Free Senior High School policy.
We've given people access to education, people from the less endowed communities or people who are less privileged in the communities. Had it not been Free Senior High School, maybe they wouldn't get opportunity to pay school foot bills for their wards. Others to have about 5, 6 kids. Had it not been Free Senior High School, maybe parents cannot afford for these students to go to school. And aside giving access to students to go to school, we've also made sure that the students who are in school, we've provided them with the necessary items that they need in the schools.
I see, but in as much as you enumerate some of these successes as you want to put them, whenever the issue of Free Senior High School comes up, one of the key considerations is that, well, it's a good policy. However, its implementation is questionable. In fact, one of the conversations is that why won't government decide to target persons who are supposed to benefit from this Free Senior High School rather than quote unquote run a wholesale policy?
So how will you know this person qualified to?
Because some parents have actually said that they are willing to foot the bills of their wards. Wouldn't you allow such children, such parents to go ahead with that?
How are we going to assess these parents? We are all taxpayers, and then we need to enjoy the national cake. So what category are we going to categorize that these people are rich in the community, so these people should pay, and we shouldn't allow these people to pay?
Exactly why they say that the kind of, Free Senior High School you are providing their wards, it's not something that they are happy with.
So what concerns have they raised?
The concerns they have raised, for example, one, is about the quality of education. Remember when Free Senior High School started, we had to contend with the double track system. There were issues of accommodation challenges, infrastructure, textbooks issues, and even now I speak, one of the critical elements of the Free Senior High School is about the shortage of food items. All of these things, if you put them together, you think these parents do not have concerns to share?
They've not submitted it to us.
Really?
Yes. Because where we sit as a secretariat, we know that even though there may be shortages of food in some of the schools, that is why we are glad that Joy FM, their expose has really helped us to know that maybe we have challenges in some of the schools. But at least if they could help us to identify some of the schools that they know that these are the challenges students are facing over them. Because when they released the teaser, myself and some of the team tour around some of the schools.
Before you proceed, did they have to take an expose from the media for you to have an assessment of the Free Senior High School policy?
No. We've been doing monitoring and evaluation. Every quarter, we deploy staff to visit some of the schools so that we will know some of the challenges that the schools are facing,
And doing
and we
these
address
quarterly
them accordingly.
and doing these quarterly monitoring, none of the issues I listed came up.
Issues like
Oh, the issues I earlier mentioned, infrastructure challenges.
the double track came into ease because we had a lot of students that wrote BEC last year. The enrollment shot up. And then since the enrollment shot up, we needed to make sure that since we are giving equal access for everybody to go to school. So should we say that Kwaku Menu or somebody's son or daughter should go to school and then we deny others opportunity to also go to school? We have to provide equal access to everybody to go to school. That is why the double track came. So we brought in the double track just to increase some of the some infrastructures in some of the senior high schools. And as we are speaking now, we've built a lot of infrastructures in almost all the secondary schools across the country. And then we have newly built senior STEM schools that we are bringing on board. So we are rather easing the enrollment challenges that we have in the schools.
Well, maybe I am putting the negative aspect to you.
Maybe.
So, in your own assessment, as you enumerated the positive sides of the free senior high school, what would you say are the downsides?
The downside, as I indicated earlier, even though we have challenges, but we should rather make sure that the
I want you to speak specifically on the challenges. I don't want to put the words in your mouth.
A typical example is what you told me about the food shortages that we have in the schools. So we went around and we realized that, we're supposed to provide the schools with 18 items, the second cycle schools. And then in the 18 items, we deal with companies. So it's Buffer and then GCS. They are supposed to provide the food items to the schools. And then they will submit their bills for us to start with the processes of payment and everything. So maybe sometimes delays of payment may happen, and due to that, maybe suppliers will not supply the items needed in the school. So once these things come to our notice or our attention, the Honorable Minister, the hard-working workaholic minister, will make sure that we fast track with their payments, and then students will get fed.
Interesting. So, were you satisfied with the quality of food that you witnessed when you visited the schools?
Yes, I even ate some. It was so nice.
It was so nice.
Yes.
But some of the children who are fed with these food items say they are not content, they are not happy with the kind of food items that they are being served. For example, they say that in instances where they have to take porridge, there are days it comes without bread. There are days they are not served with protein when they are eating, for example, wache. And I watched our CNR reports. Some of the students alluded to some of these issues. It came to your attention, didn't it?
There's a menu that we go by every day. So maybe I can't speak for them because maybe on that day when they were taking the porridge, they were not supposed to take the porridge with bread.
Why?
It's on the menu.
Why shouldn't they take porridge with bread? Is it that you are struggling to feed the children?
No, we are not struggling.
So really,
Yes.
let any listener or parent comprehend why you would want to feed their ward in senior high schools with porridge without bread, or even with rice without any form of protein on it.
I think I should have come with the menu, and then because I know porridge normally goes with bread. I don't know. I should have come with the menu, and then I can say that maybe it wasn't porridge, or maybe the bread shouldn't have.
So is there a justification that some parents would entrust the welfare of their wards into your care with the mindset that you are going to feed them, but they end up in these second cycle schools, and then the kind of portions they are being served with, quote unquote, not balanced, inadequate? Really a problem.
Do you have picture to that? That's the school, the feeding.
I'm referring you to the tour that you
No,
you
that's
went
all
to.
that I went. All the food that were served were balanced meal.
On that day, but the children made exception.
No,
You visited Laboni Senior High
Yes.
School. You visited the Presbyterian Boys Senior High
Yes.
School, both in Accra.
Yes.
And in these two schools, some of the students made mention of the fact that the kind of foods they are being served with really problematic. I went to senior high school at the time. There was no
You were paying.
free senior high school. I was paying. And at that point, never did we have porridge without bread. Never did we have rice without any form of protein. So if free senior high school is being implemented and the menu has been changed in such a way that students can have porridge without bread or have rice without any form of protein, it's quite difficult to
No,
comprehend.
when we went to Laboni, they were taking porridge with bread. So I don't know what you are speaking to, because no,
But
it's not.
you said a while ago that
No, I
on the
said-
menu,
no, I
on the
said-
menu, it could be that that day the menu for that day is porridge without bread.
No, that was what that is why I said I don't know the menu, because what I know is porridge normally goes with bread.
Okay, so Nana,
Maybe.
let me ask you:
All
if
right.
you have a ward and you are serving your child in the house, will you look into the face of your child and give him or her porridge without bread or rice without any form of protein?
But rice, there was is it not beans? Is it not protein?
Wache beans is plant protein. What about animal protein? For
You know-
example, if they are being served rice and what we call gas,
Okay.
there is no beans in there, but there is no fish or egg to that effect.
No, you know the 18 items that we provide to the schools. We give them monies for perishables, and that perishables is the school who is supposed to procure those items and then feed the students with. So, looking at the 18 items, we give them mackerel. So the gas, they add mackerel to it, and sardines and the rest. So I'm sure that, and then I think they take egg too as well.
But not every day.
No, but can you take egg every day?
But if I'm having a food that must go with protein, certainly, if it's not fish, it should be egg or
That is why
something else.
I told you we provide them with mackerel. So mackerel is also in the stew. And also the perishables money are meant for them to.
Maybe in your next monitoring, you should spend a full week in
All
the
right.
schools.
No,
and
it's
then
not,
see how
we didn't do the monitoring only in Greater Accra. We deploy officers all over the country,
But
and
you-
they were
you go
monitoring the full situation.
You go one day and then you
No, we don't go
Mm.
one day. Sometimes during our monitoring, we use like a whole week to do the embark
In the
on
same
this
school?
exercise. Not in the same school, different schools.
Maybe you should try the same school 1 week and
Okay.
have a real
Thank you
understanding
so
of what
much.
the issues
All right,
are.
we will do that.
But away from that, free senior high school, everybody has been calling for its review. Even as we speak, the opposition National Democratic Congress has said that it is coming to review free senior high school. NPP flag bearer said free senior high school is up for review. All the other political parties are saying that free senior high school needs to be reviewed. President Akufo-Addo has said that critics of the policy have been silenced, and that improving senior high school is actually something that is non-negotiable. You are the Secretariat. What kind of review do you think the free senior high school needs?
We will leave it to the big men. When they sit on the table, then they will bring their
Oh no,
concerns.
you
and
should
then
be
we'll
able
see
to
how-
tell us. You should be able to tell us, because 7 years, if a policy has not been reviewed, you have not been able to tick all the boxes. It's not something that you have to leave. What kind of proposal will you put forward there?
I'll put it on paper and submit it to you.
No.
No, I'll talk about it.
No, you have to talk about
no,
it.
why should I talk about it? I'll put it on paper.
Because the
and
conversation about the inequality in the kind of education that we are seeing,
Are you
it's
sure?
becoming one too many.
No, I sure.
And because of that, a lot of people are saying that they are no longer going to enroll their wards in these public
Are
second
you sure?
cycle
Because this
institutions.
year,
Yes.
for instance, this is last year. Last year we had enrollments up to 500,000.
Yes,
these
because-
are the total number of students that has enrolled in senior high school. So if you tell me parents don't want to enroll their children in free senior high school, where are they going to enroll them?
The dynamic is this way, because junior high school enrollment is also increasing, and these are the people that we enroll in senior high school. But I bet you that there are parents who are saying that they are not willing to make sure that their children suffer the kind of difficulties in the
Who
current
told you
senior
that
high
kids
school.
are suffering in school?
Because look, there are instances where parents, for example, when the issue of electricity tariffs in some of the senior high schools came up, we know of Accra Academy, the latest culprit or victim, if you want to put it that way. One of the issues raised was that because of the free senior high school policy, government subventions are delaying. Parents are not being allowed to contribute to the welfare of their children. They are managers of these schools are also being sanctioned because of what has become known as what unapproved fees. All of these challenges are there, yet the Secretariat does not want to make room for parents to contribute their quota. And so really, your free senior high school is not really serving its intended purpose. You want to disagree with these assertions?
Are you sure?
I'm telling you.
No, but the schools, the bills they submit to us, we normally make sure that we pay it on time, because it's not the schools that are supposed to submit bills to the secretariat. The bills are being submitted to us through ECG. So they will submit it to us. We do the due diligence and then we make payments to ECG, not the schools. So as the incident happened in Accra Academy, but then we've even made a payment of 500,000 to ECG. So we didn't even know why they went ahead to disconnect the lights from ECG. That is why they came out to apologize to us.
Will you agree that the free senior high school has contributed to different forms of cheating at the senior high school levels when
Do you
it
have
comes
evidence to that?
the latest WAEC, concerns about the WASI?
Students
They
are
said
passing
that
exams and you
students-
call it a cheat?
Students are passing, yet some others are being caught in the web using AI and all manner of cheating.
But when writing exams, you don't take phones there. So what should that they are using AI?
But that's what WAEC said. I'm not the one saying it. Am I?
WAEC really
Yes.
told you this?
Yes. The WAEC said it on this platform.
That students are using
That's
AI.
one of the issues of
Then I'm
concern
not
when
privy
it
to this.
Really, there may be
Yes.
the free senior high school must broaden its, monitoring and some of the things that we are seeing.
But when they are writing WASI, we go on monitoring as well. So we do a lot of monitoring and
I
supervision.
find it very difficult
We don't wait for issues to come up before we go for monitoring. We have monitoring that we do, like at least every 2 months, there's a team visiting the schools on a different.
I'm quite surprised that you are dismissing the position of WAEC as an exam body that is saying that AI is on the rise when it comes to cheating, collusion, and all that. Different form of exam or practice, perhaps because the numbers are huge now and they are finding it difficult to control them.
Who are those finding it difficult to control?
The teachers, because moral decadence on the high in senior high school, the numbers are huge. They can't even control the students. And all of these, you are saying that it has never come up in your monitoring, only the good side.
No, it's not only that. That is why, when
when
I started, I told you that we have challenges, but we should make sure that the positives outweighs the challenges we are facing. And you spoke about the negatives, and I told you that occasionally we visit schools to make sure that some of the challenges they are facing, we intervene quickly. You get it? Yeah, that's what I said.
Well, for anyone listening, just in 30 seconds, convince us why the free senior high school should continue in its current form and shape.
All right, okay. I think free senior high school has really helped us as a nation. I'll continue saying this. Had it not been free senior high school, maybe somebody out there wouldn't have gotten the opportunity to go to school, because it's not everybody that will get chance to foot bills in the senior high schools, because looking at the things we are providing to the students, giving them textbooks, supplementary readers, feeding
which do
and
not even come on time. I thank you
No,
so
it
much.
comes on time. Please don't say that.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.